Hey guys, welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, and we're back on Forest Frontiers, which is absolutely awesome. And we've swapped the map around, so if you've come straight from the first episode, things are slightly different. As you can see, I've added a path here just to kind of start the way for when I'm moving more things over here, which is absolutely awesome. So a few things have become available. I've actually upped the price of the actual park to £15 because people were actually complaining. It's actually a very interesting concept on this game. People will complain if the the entrance fee is too cheap. They'll be like, oh, your park's a lot more high valued than this. Why is this the case? It's actually really interesting. So also another thing as well, we can also make another shortcut straight from over here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build this all the way over here, link this, just delete those two bits, link this here, and then we're going to go and we're going to go for red again, because red's my favourite colour, absolutely awesome. I'm going to link this here, and then the haunted house. With the haunted house, we're going to put it up to 70p. We're going to have, not a lot. I'm not expecting a lot of custom from the haunted house. From previous experience of using it, it's not that good. And I believe, hopefully, I was just looking at the research, and we've got a steel roller coaster on the way, so that should be developed very shortly. And I think I'm going to actually have that here. So we're going to flip this round. We're going to go onto the terrain tool. Basically, you can't just manually delete trees, so basically you have to go onto the any tool if you're building anything or anything like that. If a tree could be in the way, it lets you delete it by double right clicking, which is pretty cool. I wish there was an easier way to get rid of trees. If there is, let me know. I don't know if there is or not. That would be absolutely crazy, but other than that, I think that's the only reason I've got. And I've actually got a very small trick with steel roller coasters as well, with the loops, because a lot of people are like, oh, it's quite dangerous because there's brake failure and whatnot quite a lot. So but I've actually got a way to go around that, and I believe we're actually gonna have to borrow some money because the steel roller coaster is here. So basically we're gonna borrow, I think we're just gonna borrow £4 grand. I don't think it really matters too much. And there we go, we're gonna go to shuttle loop. This is exactly what I was talking about. So we're gonna put it about here, I'd say, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pop the entrance here and the exit here. Now, something that's interesting, we're going to go to edit. We're going to go to the other side of this roller coaster. We're going to edit again. Oh, I screwed up. 1 second. Let me just delete that piece, and then we're going to go straight forward. No? Is this glitched out? What's going on here? Let me just... Every time I try and edit it, it always just edits here, and it's really annoying. I don't understand why it's still doing this. So we're just going to extend that, and we're going to go all the way to the back. And there we go, we just click it back one more time. So we're going to make the station platform longer than usual, just so the cart can be longer than usual. And we're also going to have the direction over here, and we're going to also point this upwards. For some reason, because you're doing it in reverse, you have to, point it downwards, and that's classed like that. And then we're going to do an upward slope like this. Now basically all this does is, if there's a brakes failure and your steel roller coaster comes up and then comes back down, there's a brake failure, rather than coming straight off the back and killing loads of people and basically ruining your park for the rest of the run, things are actually quite fine. So basically we're just going to test this now, because there's going to be 8 cars per train, and we're just going to actually go in the settings because and turn that down, because obviously the heavier the roller coaster, the more dangerous it could actually be. So we're just going to test this now. Let's have a look. How the heavier it is, the more push there is. This doesn't seem like it's going to be a problem, so I reckon we can put this back up possibly, and we're going to just quickly test this again. Quickly test this. It doesn't matter if you do that. So let's have a look at this. All in all, these roller coasters are really safe, and they, a lot of people like to go on them. They're really exciting for a lot of people. So fair play, do you know what I mean? I think we can put that up a little bit more. I'd say 45 would be the safest bet. While we're going on this, we're going to do this, and the queue could be quite long. I think I'm going to make it so it's just any amount. We don't want it quite there. We want it there. That would be perfect. And then obviously the exit can just come straight out all the way down here. And then obviously we'll link this bit of the park up, which is cool. And then, because that's an exit to a roller coaster, what we'll do is we'll put a lot of benches down here, just in case a lot of people feel nauseous. And I'm going to bump this up to £2.10 straight away. So yeah, let's give this a go. Let's give this a bit of a paint job. So let's go for a nice little orangey fire, kind of track. Let's go for this. So let's go for red. and then maybe some, you know, bright yellow right there. So that's absolutely wicked. So we've got this all sorted out now. We're just going to open this bad boy up, see how it does with the custom, see if a lot of people are rating it. And as you can see, so many people are already pouring into that, which is absolutely wicked. So I'm thinking maybe a ride here, the exit here, or just maybe because this is kind of like a loop around. I personally like loads of accessibility when it comes to my park. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to go that way for now. We're going to go up, flat. No, we're going to have to go up twice, then flat, then down twice, then flat, then bring this around and bring this in here, and then we're just going to literally just get a base flat piece and just put it there, and that works out absolutely fine. So that's dead cool. So like we said we were going to do, I'm going to quickly get some benches and throw these down here for anyone feeling sick or like they're going to throw up at all. I have no idea. I think that guy's going to throw up, so I'm going to quickly throw down some benches and hopes he'll sit down and not spew up everywhere. But if he does, we've got some handymen on the job. There's a handyman walking around there, and obviously we've got some more connections, you know, just generally to the park. And obviously not a lot of people are going to complain about it. So Rollercoaster 1 has broken down. That's absolutely no problem. I presume our mechanic is going to be on the job. I'm going to hire a few more now. We've got 2 roller coasters on the go. It's always nice to. And with roller coasters like this, especially with pre-custom designs, yep, that is definitely set to 10 minutes. We definitely did that in the last episode. And we're also going to make sure that this is set to 20 minutes. Normally with designs I make myself, you know, I'm normally pretty certain that there's not going to be a huge problem. So that's no problem right there. It's a shame. Oh, park entrance fee is very cheap again. Oh, commenting, not complaining. You see, that's a nice little misconception. So we're going to put that up to 21 now. That seems about right. We're in June. That's absolutely wicked. So obviously everything's going to be sparking up quite a nice amount. That's £2.10. That's obviously got a few Rollercoaster 1's still doing well. Let's have a look at just some generic things. So we've got quite a few things on the go. And, you know, the park's looking quite small at the moment. I think what I'm going to do, though, is just in case, because I know this could be quite a hard problem. And we don't really want to upset anyone in this park. You know, it's quite easy not to upset anyone. We don't want anyone vandalising anything, because it's just a generic pain to just kind of go over and, you know, fix certain things like benches, lampposts and all that good stuff. Bins that get unnecessarily smashed, you know what I mean? So we're nearly there, everything's going well. I think because we've got a nice little surplus of cash, I would normally pay them off, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a nice little advertising campaign for the park itself. So let's build this up here, and we're going to do it for 4 weeks, because that's all we can afford at the moment. And hopefully the more people the better. The more people, the more rides are going on. A lot of people are loving these little small rides at the moment, you know, that's quite nice to see. Let's see if we can change the rotations, number of swings. Let's boil that down to 9, just to hopefully get the queues going a little bit more, and number of rotations too. Yeah, let's put it down to 1. If it starts to affect any custom, obviously I'll change it back. Like I say, the Haunted House isn't getting that much custom. Let's have a look. At least it's gaining a profit. You know, at 70p, it's actually gaining a profit. So that's what we like to see. And obviously we've got a nice little food section over here. This would be not just you know, a nice generic food court in general. So like I say, I've got another bog down here. I'm not sure really where to put anything else, you know, in terms of like food and whatnot. For now, we won't really think about that. I think we're going to put some scrambled eggs down, and I think what we'll do is we'll put them quite close to this. So we're going to build that in this little segment here. We'll have the entrance there and the exit here. We're going to build this up to £1, because you know how I like my little rides being £1. And then hopefully we'll be able to afford the actual paths. So I'm just going to quickly take out another grand. I know, I'm so naughty and shit like that for doing that, but it shouldn't be a problem. And you know, it's not like it's cheating at all, because sometimes in certain scenarios it does actually affect your outcome of whether you actually win or not, just literally down to bank loans and how well you're actually standing. So we're just going to throw this up now. That's absolutely wicked. So that's online, that's all that good stuff. That's what we like to see. And everything is going well still, so this is cool. So let me just check. I think security and whatnot, that's not needed. The guests are on the rise, money is on the rise, and everything's going well. Maybe a few things here, maybe? I'm not entirely sure, but let's have a look. What else have we got going for us? What else can we do to make this park, you know, slightly more unique and get some things? We've already got a slide, have we? Have we not got a slide yet? Honestly, don't think we've got a slide, so we're going to put a slide I believe here, you know, fill up what we've got at the park, basically make what we've already got better, ease of use, rather than taking up more of the park, which we could possibly make better at a later date. You know, we're just going to basically make use of what we've got now. So let me just have a look at this. So this is awesome, because obviously a lot of people like slides, a lot of people like gentle rides, especially during maybe, you know, certain rainy days, ones where you won't get wet on. I'm not necessarily saying that this slide you won't get wet on, but we're going to throw this up to 80p because it's all good fun. Let's have a look what we've got. Information kiosk, that changes things up slightly. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look here. Can't destroy that. When people come into the park, realistically I'm wanting them to get an information kiosk straight away. So what we'll do here is we'll go 1 2 3 1 2 3. I wouldn't recommend keeping this because a lot of people will get confused. Delete the middle one straight away, and then we'll place down the information kiosk. Now why I would normally do this is because customers can, you know, go from each side, so obviously you've got more chance of people actually picking up items. You can also select your umbrella color. Red's my favorite color already. We'll leave it at that. When I put another information kiosk down in a minute, I will actually change the color of the umbrellas. It's just a small little thing, so obviously when it does start raining, you can actually see the implications, and you can actually see people. You'll be like, oh, you know, that person's bought that from over there. They've probably bought a map from over there. So we're going to put one down here, and we're going to change the umbrella color to yellow, just because, you know, the information kiosk hasn't been out that long. If it does randomly start raining, people will come over and gather and just buy umbrellas that way, which is, you know, so wicked. So we're doing unbelievably well so far. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this part here, guys, and I'm going to make this actually a 3-parter. I thought I was going to make it a 2-parter actually, but we're going to actually make it a 3-parter. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, leave a comment below, you know, what do you like about this series, what would you like to see me do, you know, and whatnot, and I'll kind of like follow it through. You know, I want to see what you guys want me to do, and I'll, you know, implement it in that way. You know, please give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, check me out. I've got a few other videos on the channel. You know, if you like what you see, you know, subscribe to the channel and stick around. But anyway, guys, for now, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.